We have now witnessed last night unfolding on our television screens from Los Angeles. It's not news. It's a chilling, like a neon bright sign flashing about democracy. We saw national CNN correspondent Jason Carroll physically detained by by the federal, a combination of LA riot police, federal troops. We don't even know who the hell was involved in this thing, putting his hands behind his back, and his security team arrested while he was reporting what was taking place in our country. And it all happened live on TV. This is not some rogue incident in a far off land where, while covering a faraway war zone through a combination of not understanding local laws and language barriers, a war reporter was detained. That's not what this is. This is Los Angeles, California. Let's take a look. And to preview this, you'll hear Jason Carroll asking, so I'm not being arrested? And he's told, no, we're escorting you out. But if you come back, you will be arrested. This is the United States of America in June 2025.
Flyers and posters saying
CNN?
It's time to escalate.
Wait 1 second,
it's
John.
time to-
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jason,
Yep.
what's going on? I hear you. Am I seeing Jason Carroll being? What happened, Jason?
I am being detained. Laura. I'm not being arrested. Correct, officers?
Did you hear what he told you?
No.
We're letting you go, but you can't come back.
Okay.
Because then if you come back, then you go. We're good right here.
Okay.
Okay, please.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, officer.
Take care. You too. Nice to meet you. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you.
What happened,
If
Jason?
you guys can still hear me, what happened was, yes.
I'm Chris with the New York Times. We got video of you guys.
Oh, you did?
If you need it later,
Thank you.
call New York Times.
I appreciate that.
I can hear you still, Jason. What's happening?
So here's what happened, Laura. The officer, I was called over, and the officer told me to put my hands behind my back. I said, am I being arrested? He said, you were being detained. I was walked out of the area. They took down my information.
Oh, I'm losing his IFB right now. I can't hear you, Jason. John Miller.
And that was it at that point in time. Now let's dissect the sort of raw, unbridled absurdity and terrifying implications of this. Jason Carroll's out there in the thick of it, covering these volatile immigration enforcement protests in LA. Protests that, if we're frank, they've teetered on the brink of chaos through a combination of opportunist looting and violence and the injection of the military by Donald Trump. Police want to restore order, clear areas, arrest people defying dispersal orders. And Carroll, a journalist, identified clearly as a member of the press. He's embedded in these situations all day. He knows the drill. Officers recognize the press. He's there with a camera team. He's there with security. But now he's detained. His hands are forced behind his back. He's escorted away from the scene and told, if you come back, you're going to be arrested. Now, he made it clear they did not arrest me. He was forcibly removed from his ability to show you what it is that is happening there. And that's where the sort of like a blood runs cold, chilling moment. What we have here was not just Jason Carroll being pushed around. Two of his security staff were reportedly arrested in the incident. So this isn't like a polite request to move along. This is a state-sanctioned detention and arrest of individuals whose job is facilitate people knowing what's going on. More than an eyebrow raiser. It is the next clampdown on speech. When journalists operating in plain sight as journalists on live TV are physically accosted or have their teams thrown into police vans when covering a public event, it screams fundamental attack on the people's right to know. And it is straight out of which playbook is it? You know by now, the authoritarian playbook. And the context is completely incendiary, where Trump, from his corner of the internet, I guess we would call it, Troth Central, is boasting that were it not for him sending in the National Guard and the Marines, the city of Los Angeles would have been completely obliterated. All of this without the consent of California Governor Gavin Newsom. And Newsom, of course, went completely scorched earth, said this is an illegal abuse of power. Our military is turned into political pawns, and Newsom has sued, and we'll talk about the lawsuit later. So what we have on one side is a president deploying what amounts to an occupation force in an American city against the wishes of municipal and state government. On the other hand, we've got Gavin Newsom saying this is tyranny, and Jason Carroll, a journalist, ends up kind of in the crosshairs, stuck between all of it. We also have reports of an Australian journalist struck by a rubber bullet, a British photographer needing surgery after being hit by a rubber or plastic bullet. So they are not just reporting the story. Violence is making them part of the story. And when police are confronted with the escalated situation, they go, well, the situation's really fluid. We can't really speak to exactly what's going on. We all saw it live. Journalist, constitutionally protected job. Most jobs are not constitutionally protected. Journalism is. He's identified himself. He is being physically prevented from doing his work. Colleagues arrested, and he is threatened with arrest. So we are way beyond standard operating procedure here for a free press and a functional democracy. That's not what we see here. And the executive branch is dispatching military forces to American streets. Terrifying escalation doesn't even cut it. So we have to pay attention to this. We have to understand the line between maintaining order and crushing dissent, and even simply reporting about what's going on. Law enforcement is one thing. Authoritarian control is a different thing. And if you're watching this closely, we are now seeing that the line is no longer blurred. The line has been obliterated. So this is urgent. This demands our outrage, as is often the case. I'm hearing from people who are saying, David, you're being hyperbolic about this. Others saying, David, you're not taking this seriously enough. I am taking this as seriously as I believe it needs to be treated. And this is as serious as anything I have ever seen or covered since I started the show 75 years ago. Okay, not quite 75 years, but it is as serious as anything I have ever covered. So after the break, we will talk about the lawsuit by Gavin Newsom against Trump. We will talk about Trump demanding that Newsom be arrested. And we will talk about the authoritarian meltdown that Donald Trump suffered. And maybe at the tail end of this, one of the most disgusting and regrettable characters of all of this, the vile, just vile Stephen Miller, acting like this is just awesome, that there's no legal concerns, and we should be thanking Trump. Have you said thank you? Remember, authoritarian leaders demand to be thanked. And that is what we are seeing here. If the clampdown happens, and we are seeing the clampdown every day, the only way I'll be able to get a hold of you to let you know what's going on is on our newsletter. That's the only platform where we own our data. So I invite you, I implore you to get on my newsletter at davidpakman.substack.com or email in info@davidpakman.com. We'll put you on the newsletter. And I hope you are subscribed on YouTube as well. Very quick break. Back right after this. When it was time for a new mattress, I didn't want to gamble on something generic. I had heard about Helix. I liked that they customized the mattress based on how you sleep. I'm mostly a stomach sleeper, so I took the quiz and ended up with a model that felt tailored to me. I've had it for years. What I notice is I don't wake up with back stiffness. I don't wake up with shoulder pain. I don't toss and turn looking for a comfortable position. It's just better than my old mattress. It's more supportive, but it's still comfortable. Another thing I like about Helix is that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. It's really tailored to you in terms of firmness as well. It's made a difference for me, and I'm thrilled to be partnering with them. And right now, Helix is running a huge sale, 27% off site-wide, plus a free bedding bundle. That's a sheet set and a mattress protector with any Luxe or Elite mattress order. Go to helixsleep.com/Pacman to check it out. The link is in the description.